Hello and welcome to Memorial Park here in Quakertown, New Jersey. Ben Chadwick joined alongside Jack Kemmler here. The semifinals of ECCBL playoff action, inaugural ECCBL playoff action. And boy, do we have a good one to start off with. The number 1 seed Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners from the North Division facing off against the number 2 team from the South, the Mercer Mammoths. And Jack, it's a solid matchup. We have two premier guys, really, on both sides who we really need to look out for. And in terms of the Mammoths, who can really be that guy for them today?
It's got to be James Schaefer. He starts off, leadoff has been all season for Mercer. He's going into his freshman season at Stony Brook College, and he's batting .297 this season, 708 OPS, 11 walks. He just knows how to get on base. He actually leads the team in 7 reached on error. He has just been the catalyst for this team. If he gets on base to start off the order, the rest of the order flows right through it.
Let's take a look at what our friend Rocco, who will be taking you guys through Game 2 here today at Memorial Park, had to say with James Schaefer earlier.
I'm Rock Pellegrino here with James Schaefer of the Mercer Mammoths ahead of today's playoff semifinal game of the ECCBL. James, just talk a little bit about just being here at Memorial Park, this playoff game. It's going to be a great atmosphere, I would assume. Just talk about what it means to you to be here today.
Yeah, we're all really looking forward to this game. I think we have a good shot at winning, and we just hope to play tomorrow and keep this thing rolling.
You know, you guys started off the season pretty hot. It's gotten a little bit colder as of late, but what do you think the key is today to get the things going, get things back into order offensively, defensively as well?
Yeah, I think we had to get the bats going early, see a lot of pitches, get runners on, and then try to move them over and get some runs across. I know the pitchers will throw well, so I think we can take it.
Yep. Finally, summer season's coming to an end. We're getting ready for the start of your college season at Stony Brook. So what have you done so far this summer season to prepare for the college year?
Just getting a lot of reps in has been good. Seeing good pitchers all summer has really prepared me for the next level. And yeah, just getting reps really is just super important and crucial for me.
Now, dude, looking forward to today's game. James Schaefer here with us. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
So, Jack, that was James Schaefer giving us a little preview of what he thinks his team is going to be able to do here in this semifinal matchup. And Jack, what do you think his team will be able to do? This Mammoth squad, they've had some ups and downs, that's fair to say.
Yeah, they start off the season very mediocre, but then they hit a real hot stride in the back half of June. They were really good towards there, but then when they were just fighting for the top seed in the South Division, they couldn't get to it. They ended off the season horribly. They went 2-6 in their last 8 games, but last night they had a huge win over the Generals. It was really just a pitching performance that was just excellent by their whole staff. Their hitting got it done. They got the 2 runs, but pitching gave up no runs.
And Jack, I mean, they also have struggled in the past week or so. I believe they're 1-7 in their last 8 games. It's been a rough stretch for the Mammoths coming into playoff action. But again, they beat the Generals yesterday to get here and punch their ticket to Quakertown. Now here they are. And a team that hasn't exactly struggled recently is the team they're going against here today, the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners. They are 10-3 in the month of July. They are easily, I would say, the best team remaining in the playoffs ever since the Southside Railers lost yesterday to the Quakertown Blazers. 12-5 at home. They got a 3-1 record against the Mammoths so far this year as well. And one of their really star players, J.P. Kuzik, he's been a .240 hitter, but he's got a home run, 5 doubles on the year, 4 hit by pitches as well, only 4 strikeouts to his 11 walks. He has been incredible heading into his junior season at Fairfield University, and Rocco got a word with him as well.
Hello, I'm Rock Pellegrino here with J.P. Cusick ahead of today's playoff semifinal game, the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners and the Mercer Mammoths. J.P., you had that injury in your senior year and then have battled back from it. Really impressive stuff. And now here in the summer season, you had a great year. You were an all-star. Just talk about what it means to be back on the field.
I mean, it just means everything to me. I mean, baseball's been my life since I was a kid, and taking 2 years, like, just taking back from it, I mean, it does a lot to you mentally and physically, but it's great to be back now. I mean, I think I've proved myself to be as good as a baseball player as I was back then, and just keep going harder every single time. So,
yep. It's been a great season for you guys, won the division. I think you can also tell that you've built a lot of friendships throughout this team. We saw some of your personality in the mic'd up that you guys did for Jersey Baseball Nation. Just talk about the relationship that you have with this team.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm from New Jersey, and I'm on the PA side, so I'm living with 2 of my roommates from school, and I knew that was going to be fun, and then I met all these guys, and they've been great. I mean, just building the relationships that I have and the friendships that I'm going to have now for a lifetime, and I mean, I think that really helped us gain that 1 seed and gain the trust of our teammates and just play the way we play.
Got an out-of-division opponent today in the Mercer Mammoths. Just talk to me about what are your keys to today's game for the team as a whole?
Just control what we can control. Don't let the game get too big on us, and just play small ball, play big, run out the extra bases and just make sure Waz is on his stuff again today.
Thank you for the interview and your time, JP Cusick. Best of luck.
Thank you.
So, Jack, J.P. Kuzik, definitely one of the leaders on that Miners team, and there have been a few leaders, and they've all done their job when it comes to leading this team to where they are right now, the 1 seed in the North, which we mentioned before. And why are they really one of the best teams in the ECCBL?
I think it's the one stat. 1.88 ERA as a team. They lead the league by far. I don't think anybody has sub-3 ERA in the league. But Scranton Wilkes-Barre has 1.88, and they're going to their best guy today. The pitcher of the year in ECCBL, Brandon Wozniak, who's started 6 games this season, has over 40 innings, and has a .86 ERA on the season. He has just been a dog all season, and they're going to their best guy today.
And Jack, a .95 walks and hits per inning as well. Yeah. If a hit or if a player gets on base in an inning, it's a failure for Brandon Wozniak. How absurd is that? He's going to be so fun to watch heading into his freshman season at Bloomsburg University, the righty. He's going to be fun to watch on the mound, and the Mammoths, I'm sure they're not too happy to see the, we'll say, ECCBL Cy Young winner out there going against them. But it'll be very interesting to see both these teams go at it. We'll bring you through both lineups as well. For the Miners, batting off first is going to be Jack Mathis, followed by Daniels and J.P. Kuzik at third. As Luke Spencer in the cleanup spot with Nate Dudek behind him. Jake Bodger and Luke Kopech behind him at the 6-7. And at the 8-9 is Melberger and Pashevsky. And over to the Mammoths. And we also, for the Miners, we mentioned Wozniak is on the mound. Still so excited to watch him play ball today. And for the Mammoths, their leadoff hitter is who Rocco got an interview earlier with, James Schaefer, who is going to be their center fielder, followed by Amir Cornier and Jordan Nitty. And the cleanup hitter, Joe Gamitter, with the 5 and 6 being Mike Chiravallo and Will Burkaw batting in the 6th slot, with Garbushian, his first game with the Mammoths all season long. He's batting in the 7th slot. Jack Saker and Crudo will follow him up at the 8-9 with Luke Foley on the mound for the Mammoths. And Foley so far has started the most games for Mercer so far this summer, as well as thrown the most innings pitched. He's thrown 35 innings, allowed only 14 earned runs, but he's got a 3.57 ERA, so not bad, but for comparing Wozniak, not exactly the same stat line there. He's allowed 32 hits in those 35 innings, struck out 19 batters compared to 28 walks. It'll be very interesting to see how he's able to do on the mound, but first starting off is Wozniak on the dish for the Miners. We're going to take a short break. This is your Northfield Bank pregame show with Ben Chadwick and Jack Kemmler. We'll be right back. Getting things going here, as I just mentioned, James Schaefer, the center fielder, and the Mammoths all gray uniforms, which, Jack, I got to say, they really do look nice, especially on this nice sunny day.
Yeah, the whites just look beautiful right now. And same as the grays, it's just a great uniform combo we have with a great game.
So it's off for the 1-1 count against Wozniak. Make that a 2-1. Fastball's a bit too far outside. And Schaefer blasts one right up the middle. Grounder is picked up, and the throw over to first is in time. Dudek making the grab. And with that, the first out is on the board, and the first out of the day here at Memorial Park in Quakertown.
Yeah, easy first out for Wozniak. Boy, we might see a clinic here today.
It's a real possibility. The Mammoths with just a .235 team average. No one really standing out in terms of superstar hitters on this team. We got Will Burkaw, of course, but, man, other than that, really everyone just medaling around 300 or way below it. Cornier on his second pitch takes a breaking ball in there, so it's a 1-1 count for him. Blast that one foul. Off into the right side, and Jack, the balls and the hits are just sounding different here at Memorial Park. We don't get these kinds of sounds at Moody Park at all.
No, I guess because we had the window in front of us.
That's true.
All the sounds.
Little echo too. We got the stadium that is behind us. Very fun and beautiful view here in Quakertown. Swing and a miss there from corner on the 1-2 count. And a swinging strikeout. Boy, don't let Wozniak get hot. Because that is exactly what he's doing right now. Now coming up to the plate is Jordan Nitty. Starting off his first pitch with a ball outside. Nitty out of Stockton University. Next fastball is going to be outside as well. And takes a fastball right down the pipe. And you got to love, Jack, the Miners dugout with the maybe 5 or 6 players they have in there going crazy for each of these strikes that Wozniak is throwing as Nitty fouls that one off for a 2-2 count.
Yeah, I mean, a semifinal game, of course, you're going to be, a little ecstatic, but they are hype in that dugout.
And the breaking pitch on the 2-2. Strikeout looking. 2 strikeouts here in the inning. And my, oh my, the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners are getting things going up red hot here at Memorial Park. Heading into the bottom of the first. They take the plate. We're still tied up at 0. Bringing you back here in the bottom of the first, Luke Foley on the mound, heading into his sophomore year at Muhlenberg University. Facing off against Jack Mathis. First pitch of ball, second pitch, fastball finding the outside corner for the 1-1 count. On the 1-1 pitch, Foley. And this one from Mathis out to left center field. Chasing it down and making the catch is Will Burkaw. How about it? Will Burkaw hunting down that ball and making the grab for out number 1 here in the bottom of the first.
Burkaw, the fastest player on the Mammoths team, has the most stolen bases. I know it doesn't correlate as much to the base paths, but it kind of does when you're in left field like that.
I would say you're right. He's got a teammate Dylan Briggs who was a receiver in high school. Surprised Burkaw wasn't as well with the kind of speed we see from out in left field. Now coming up is Corey Daniels. From Bloomsburg. Here's the 1-0 swing at the second pitch. Nice breaking ball from Foley to bring up the 1-1 count.
And if the Mammoths want to stay in this game and win one, it's going to have to come from Foley.
Fastball is low and in the dirt. Now for the 2-1. And Daniels, this is just his 5th game with the Miners. He's 5 for 16 so far in the 4 games he's played. As that breaking ball drops all the way down into the strike zone for the 2-2 count. Look at Luke Foley. Some nasty stuff from him out there on the mound. Here's the 2-2. So on and fouled off. Back over the loud and chirpy Miners dugout. And off foul. And Jack, they have a good amount of players in that dugout right now, even when they were out there on the field. I would say there were about 10 to 15 players that came out to celebrate the second strikeout from Pachetsky, or from Wozniak, rather.
Yeah, this is a team performance from all of them. I think their whole roster is here right now.
Gotta love it. Another one fouled off. Off to the right. J.P. Kuzik on deck here. One out on the board. Foley on the 2-2. Another fun fouled off. A lot of contact here from Daniels. None of it going into play just yet. And out there in the field for the Mammoths, Foley on the mound, Saker behind the dish. With Garbushki on first, Nitty on second, Cornier on short, and Gamitter on third. 2-2 once again. He checked his swing, comes all the way inside. Daniels is saying it hit him on the hand. We saw that yesterday, where a batter appealed in the Mammoths Gens game and just showed the mark on his arm to be able to take first. What happened this time? 2-2 count remains.
That was a weird situation, Ben, yesterday. The pitcher and the catcher all got riled up, but it didn't matter much. They got the inning ending out right after it.
And the win as well. That was a Generals hitter. So here's the 2-2. The 12th pitch from Foley. Fastball in the dirt, bringing up a full count. Long at-bat here from Daniels. Definitely taking his time, that's for sure. The 3-2 pitch is going to be low, and the first base runner will be on here today. Corey Daniels getting on by a full count walk. Not just Daniels' second walk of the summer. Through now 5 games, 2 walks and 5 strikeouts is his stat line so far on the year, and it brings down J.P. Kuzik.
Such a difference between Foley and Wozniak. Wozniak works so quickly in his motion. Foley takes his time out there.
First pitch to Kuzik is just barely catching the outside corner. J.P. Kuzik, we mentioned it before. Our friend Rocco, who will be on the call for game number 2 here today, interviewed him. Clearly one of the stars, one of many stars really, on this Miners team as he takes the second fastball. Low one for a 1-1 count. And Jack, we talked about it before, this Miners squad is just loaded. As the pickoff attempt is successful. Corey Daniels not able to get back in time. Foley with the pickoff. And just like that, 2 outs are on the board.
It's a beautiful pickoff move. I mean, when you're a lefty, you have the advantage, but you also have to execute it well, and we've seen a lot of times this season where pitchers can't do that in this league, but that one from Foley is very clutch in this bottom of the first.
That was Foley's first pickoff of the season. This one's popped up sky high from Kuzik, being chased down by Crudo, who makes the catch. The right fielder coming down shallow. So although a runner gets on, it's still 6 up, 6 down through the first because of the 3-2 walk given up on Daniels. But after the pickoff for Foley, we're moving quickly along to the second inning. Lefty hitter Joe Committer. Little rhyme there, Jack. How about that start of the second inning?
Nothing better than a good rhyme.
Nothing better than it. Starts off here. And the fastball is going to be low. Starting his count off with a 1-0. Committer has been solid. Been a very consistent hitter, always floating in the high 200s or low 300s throughout the entire summer, it seems. Through 34 games, he's a .298 hitter on the 2-0 count. He swings and misses at that one to bring up a 2-1. On the 2-1, smacks it foul. Past the Mammoths dugout off into our left. So here he is with the 2-2. Swing and a miss there from Committer, the third strikeout of the day for Wozniak. And boy, Jack, is he having himself a day so far. 3 strikeouts through 4 outs.
Yeah, and he's getting some of their best hitters out. He's got Nitty out to end the last inning. Now Committer, who is probably one of their best pure hitters.
And it brings on Mike Chiravallo. This is 10th game with the Mammoths. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Here's the 1-0. Outside, make it a 2-0. Mike Chiravallo in yesterday's game was 0 for 3 with a walk. Takes that ball in there for a strike, make it a 2-1 count. Makes Chiravallo now 0 for 6 through the last 2 games he's played. Another one's in there on the outside. Mike Chiravallo in some danger here, 2-2 count. That one's in there for another strikeout, Brandon Wozniak. My goodness. 4 strikeouts, 5 straight outs. And here is the guy who could possibly put an end to what has been an incredible start for Wozniak, Will Burkall, Jack.
Yeah, he's batting 6th in the order today. He was batting 5th. We questioned that. Now he's all the way down to 6. But he did have a tough day yesterday.
He did have a tough day. Time is called by Burkall just in time as well. Umpire says, hey, no more of that. First pitch to Burkall is low. And Jack, it is very interesting. Is the only batter to have an above 400 average on the season. As that one's outside, make it a 2-0. Yeah, he's consistently batting in the heart of the order.
Yeah, not near the top 4.
Not near the top 4, not even at the bottom where he can get on base for then the top of the order to try and bring him all the way around. Very curious for him batting 6th. On the 2-1, he takes it outside, making it a 2-2. Wozniak, seems like his first 2 pitches are always balls, and then he keeps fighting back. Here with 2 outs and no one on, Burkall. Like I said before, trying to break this incredible streak that Wozniak has going on, and it keeps going. Brandon Wozniak, 5 strikeouts, 6 up, 6 down to start off his day here at Memorial Park. The Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners, on what is essentially their home turf, are using it to their fullest advantage here against the Mammoths. And they are right back up to the plate. Looking to get runners on, looking to get runners home to start off this day. We'll be right back in the bottom of the 2nd. Luke Spencer trying to keep the momentum that Brandon Wozniak has been holding steady here for the Miners for the first 2 innings. Looking to get it going with the bat in their hands. Second pitch is in there for a strike, make it a 1-1 count. Still got to definitely talk about Luke Foley. Wozniak and all the strikeouts has been looking good, but Luke Foley looking solid in his start as well, as the breaking ball is nearly in there, just barely outside, make it a 2-1.
Yeah, only give up that 1 walk, but outside of that, he looked pretty stellar in that first inning.
That fastball is going to be high, make it a 3-1 count. And Foley, through the 7 games he started, 9 games he's played total, 35 innings. He's only got 19 strikeouts compared to his 28 walks. 3-1, fastball is in there, make it a full count on Luke Spencer. He was one of the very few sub-200 hitters on this minor squad, but has also played the most games for them, 34. This is his 35th. Played in every single game, and this time he's striking out on the full count pitch. Swing and a miss, and a nice start to the bottom of the second for Luke Foley.
Number 27, first baseman.
Yeah, this is tough for the Miners right now. They're, mainly a righty hitter lineup. Of course, we got a lefty coming up here, but this is going to be tough for them with Foley right now grooving in his start.
He absolutely is. And again, many Miners fans, so the energy really isn't behind Foley, but doesn't seem to matter for him just yet. Brings on Nate Dudek. Second pitch is also going to be low and away for ball number 2. Little pitcher-on-pitcher battle here, although Dudek isn't on the mound today. He's pitched in 11 games and over 23 innings so far this summer. He's got a 2-0 count, make it a 3-0, as that fastball is low and away once again. A 205 hitter through the 15 games he's played in so far this summer for the Miners. And the 3-0 is just barely going to catch the outside corner. Boy, that looked a little outside, but Foley able to niche that corner just a little bit.
Great frame by Saker.
3-1. Fastball just going to be barely outside. Both those pitches looked real similar. Jack, I'm not sure if you saw the same thing I saw along that left side corner.
I thought the last one was a little bit more outside. But, that's just splitting hairs.
It is. It really is. So the second runner on of the day for the Miners, Josh Bodker, will now come up. A .322 hitter, swings and misses at the first pitch. Boy, beautiful changeup right there from Foley.
I was actually watching it through the camera they're watching right now, and it looked better from there as well.
Oh, well, I'm glad that they got the better viewpoint than we do. So here's the 0-1, going to be a little too far inside, nearly hitting Bodker on the leg. It'll bring up a 1-1. Heading into his junior season at Lycoming College. Takes another fastball away and low for now a 2-1 count. Here is the 2-1 swing and a miss again from Bodker. And Josh Bodker really hasn't struggled with the strikeouts that much so far this summer, just 9 through the 22 games he's played in. But Foley's got him against the ropes right here. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, popped up out to right center. Crudo and Schaefer chasing it down. It's going to get down, a little blooper shot. And the first hit of the day for the Miners is off the bat of Josh Bodker. And how about it? Not exactly a beautiful hit, but hey, it's a hit that got down and got runners on the base.
Yeah, you need that hit because Dudek has no stolen base on the season, so there wasn't really a threat of him on the base pad. So great hit by Bodker to keep this inning going.
Despite the 2 swinging strikes, he's able to rally on that count and keep things going here. Now the first pitch is low and in the dirt on Luke Kopech. From Holy Redeemer High School, he's headed to East Stroudsburg University for his freshman season next year. Here he is with a 1-0 count, 2 runners on. Swung on. It won't get past corner, but it also won't be caught by corner. It hit him in the glove and then dropped right down. So the error on Amir Cornier will put 3 runners on. Load up the bases here in the bottom of the second. And Jack, that was a tough play from him to make, but I mean, it hits you right in the palm.
Yeah. It's a tough play, but when it's there, you got to make it. And Cornier has been an amazing field all year for the Mammoths, so uncharacteristic from him for his first play of the day.
So now it brings on Evan Melberger, nearing the bottom of the count here. For the Miners, Melberger 8th in the lineup. A 261 hitter with the bases loaded. Leads the team in strikeouts, starts off with the ball here though. Got 11 RBIs in the 29 games he's played in. Has a chance for 2 more right here. The 1-0 pitch from Foley. Nice hard fastball. It's going to be a little bit away though to bring up a 2-0 count. Decent breeze here in Quakertown. Nice sunny early afternoon. 1 o'clock start time here for game number 1 of these semifinal matchups as Foley once again struggling to find the strike zone. Fastball is low. Full count here.
Real interesting matchup we have after this, Ben. The Capitals and Quakertown Blazers.
Should be very fun to watch that. Rocco and Julia will be taking you through that game right here on Jersey Baseball Nation. 3-0. Breaking ball is going to be in there, so nice little bounce back from Foley. He needs a good few pitches and a good couple of outs to end off this inning and try and keep it scoreless through 2. Here's the 3-1. Swung popped up sky high out to left field. Will Burkaw chasing it down. Burkaw unable to get under it. And it'll be fouled to bring up a full count. And Jack, he's fast, but I don't know if he's that fast.
No. Although there's a lot of foul play here at Quakertown. Very different from our usual Moody Park.
There absolutely is. Yeah, maybe a good 10, 15 yards at Moody Park here. I mean, it is just an open field, it seems. So here's the full count pitch on Melberger from Foley, his 40th of the day. Swung on, and it's going to find the gap out into left field. The RBI single off the bat of Evan Melberger puts the first run of the game on the scoreboard, and the Miners take an early 1-0 lead.
Beautiful piece of hitting by Melberger. Got a pitch up and went the other way with it. Strong hit, pushed it into left field, and that's how you get the first run of the day.
Great.
The Miners.
Absolutely. Great job. 8th in the order as well. Now at the bottom of the order here with Pacheski. Pacheski, one of the 2 hitters on this order, batting below 200 on the summer, 153, which actually is the lowest of the batting order here today for the Miners. Heading off to Radford University for his freshman season after finishing up his senior campaign at Dallas High School. Starts himself off with a 2-0 count, and Jack Foley is really struggling to find the strike zone right now.
No, he definitely is. And once you give up that one runner, then another one, it just starts to build a toll in your head in this inning. That's really what it's doing to Foley right now.
He looked incredible the first inning and really from the start of the second inning as well. But like you said, when those runners get on, they can get in your head. 2-0 fouled off towards the netting back towards us here in the press box. Top of the order is due up. And Jack Mathis. Only 1 out still on the board. Miners enjoying that 1-0 lead at the moment, trying to increase it here in the bottom of the second. Fastball swing and a miss there from Pacheski. Big pitch. He's got 11 strikeouts in the 18 games he's played in compared to his 13 walks. And he's got a 2-2 count right here. Pacheski, ball's going to be low and in the dirt, bringing up a full count. Good play by Saker to keep it in front of him. Bases loaded, full count, 1 out. Jack, I think we saw the same exact situation maybe 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, but this one, it's a different hitter. Pacheski not as good as Melberger. This one, don't get fancy with it. Just go with a normal fastball.
Very interesting to see what the play will be. 3-2, outside, and he'll walk in another run. 2-0, the Miners now lead here in the bottom of the second. Bases stay loaded, 1 out stays on the board.
And each and every run, although it's only the second inning of the game, don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but each and every run feels like a monument to get over if you're the Mammoths because of just how good this Miners starting pitching is with Wozniak, and then the bullpen is just as good.
It really is. And Wozniak, if he can go a good 5-6 innings in this game, I mean, look, those could easily be scoreless innings. So now Jack Mathis. Talk about Wozniak being the best pitcher on this team, possibly the best pitcher in the league. Mathis might be one of the best hitters in the league. He pops that one out into left center, and it'll be a sacrifice fly, bringing home Luke Kopech. Schaefer made the catch for out number 2. Kopech made the run in for run number 3.
Yeah, Miners just doing their job. We got an RBI single earlier, then the walk-in, now the sacrifice fly. It's all you got to do to win these type of playoff games.
Nice smack from Jack Mathis, who is still struggling to get on base, but he's still making an impact through his first 2 at-bats. Brings on Corey Daniels. He was the first base runner here today. With 2 outs and the bases loaded, takes the first pitch in there for strike 1. Foley needs this. Nice breaking ball catch in the inside corner. A strikeout here would be massive. The damage has already been done, but you want to get out of the second inning as quickly as possible. Here's the 0-1. Oh, really getting away from him there. Saker gets a glove on it, but the 1-1 count still comes up.
You can just tell Foley's control is just totally missing from what it was in the first inning.
It absolutely is. You wonder if it's mental or if it is physical. 1-1 swing and a miss there from Daniels to bring up a 1-2.
That's a beautiful breaking pitch right there. Now you're ahead of the count in the driver's seat. Needs to finish off this inning now before it gets any worse.
Like you said, each run is monumental, especially when you're going against arguably the best pitcher in the ECCBL and Brandon Wozniak. Breaking ball, is it going to come all the way down? It won't. A little too far inside. But man, I mean, Foley still has some gorgeous looking pitches every now and then. But the consistency is really what he struggled with. So here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss there from Daniels. Drop third strike. Saker trying to get it, makes the throw over. And there is the third out. So 3 outs, but not before 3 runs come in for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners, and they are sitting pretty. Heading into the top of the 3rd. Wozniak back on the mound. Can he continue the madness here for Scranton Wilkes-Barre? Now coming back here, starting off the 3rd inning, and Jack first pitch from Wozniak, shocker, it's a breaking ball strike. He's going to get to Nick Garbushian in his first game with the Mammoths this summer, as he fouls that one off just barely along the left field line. He was the Ocean County Player of the Year in 2024 in his senior season, now heading off to Drew University. He's playing first base here today, and what could we possibly expect to see from him?
Well, he's a lefty hitter, and he looks like he likes to go the other way with that foul ball he had. He just almost slipped that in for what would have been a double down the line.
He fouls off this one as well, back towards the right side, over to the Miners dugout. They make it known. Fastball is outside. Miners dugout thought it was a strikeout instead. It'll bring up a 1-2 count. This one fouled off once again. Garbushian really making this first at-bat of the season count. Smacks this one right over to the shortstop, and it gets over him. Mathis unable to make the play. And Garbushian will get on via the error.
Yeah, Mathis took the wrong first step. to second base and then had to veer all the way back towards third to try and back pick that grounder. It was actually a tough play he made for himself.
Definitely was a tough play he made for himself. Jack, it's going to be an error in our book. It's a hit on the scoreboard. Not sure exactly what we want to do there. I think for our own sake, we'll call it as an error. This little grounder from Saker. Nearly a double play. Grounded it right over to Wozniak, the pitcher, on his very first pitch. And they're both safe on first and second. A lot going on there on the first pitch. Now heading to the bottom of the order. And Anthony Crudo. Another new player here for the Mercer Mammoths out of St. Rose High School in Belmar, heading off to Barton College. Both Crudo and Garbushin played for Allentown Legion this summer, and now here they are on the ECCBL. First pitch, swing and a miss there from Crudo. The 0-1, 2 runners on. Swung on, over to the third baseman, who makes the play, Luke Spencer. The double play is made. The throw over to Pashesky, who makes the throw to Dudek. 5-4-3 double play right there from the Miners to put 2 outs on the board. There's a runner on third in the form of Garbushian.
Yeah, when you have the combination of just amazing pitching with the Miners have and the combination of their defense, which is also just as great as well.
Another breaking ball is in there for a strike one. James Schaefer back at the top of the order here for Mercer. Smacks this one. Will it get past Mathis? It does once again. Jack Mathis lets the run in, and I think it might be his second error of the inning, Jack.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, we'll see if they call it an error or hit. But in my book, that was definitely an error.
I think Jack Mathis now has 2 errors, one which allowed Garbushian on the base, and the second which allowed him to come all the way home. So an unfortunate inning so far out in the field for the shortstop, Jack Mathis. This one from Amir Cornier, shot right over to Luke Spencer, who makes the scoop, makes the throw, and makes the third out here in the top of the third. But the Mercer Mammoths start to chip away at that 3-0 lead, now 3-1, heading into the bottom of the third. JP Kuzik looking to get on base for the first time here today. Flew out in his first at-bat. Here he is in his second. Facing off against Foley, and this time lines it right over to Gmitter, who makes the grab for a quick out number 1 here in the bottom of the third.
I don't even think he had to take a step there.
I don't think so either. Perfect placement from the third baseman, Joe Gmitter. And just like that, 2 more outs to go to send us off to the 4th.
21, third baseman, Luke.
Brings on Luke Spencer. Also looking to get on base for the first time today. Struck out in his first at-bat. the righty hitter. Up against the lefty pitcher in Foley. First pitch, swing and a miss there from Spencer. Jack, 2 quick outs here for Foley could be massive for his confidence after that second inning.
Yeah, it really could be. It was a really tough second inning. And if you can start to get going here, which now I don't know.
He won't be able to. Hits him on the ankle on the brutal breaking ball that broke a whole lot more inside than he would have thought. So just like that on the 0-1 pitch, Luke Spencer is going to take his base. And it brings on Nate Dudek.
It's tough because Spencer's one of the, not great hitters on this minors lineup, batting under 200 this season. So it's one of the outs you want to kind of target yourself for.
Dudek, a 205 hitter, and the steal attempt is easily successful for Luke Spencer. Throw from Saker was a bit inerrant. Corner had no chance to make the tag. So now a runner in scoring position for the Miners. Here in the bottom of the third, there's 1 out on the board. And it's a 1-0 count for Nate Dudek. Dudek, a 205 hitter so far on the summer in the 15 games he's played in. Fastball outside, and Jack, it's like that first runner gets on, and then he gets over to second, and Foley just starts to lose that confidence once again.
Yeah, I don't know how much he can keep going until, the Mammoths actually sub him out and get a new pitcher.
Fortunately, we do not have an angle on the Mammoths bullpen to see who is warming up. I'm sure there is someone as Foley nears 60 pitches, and that fastball's low for ball 3. Nate Dudek walked in his first at-bat. Will he do the same here? Well, not just yet, as that one's in there for strike 1. So here's the hitter's count for Dudek. He's got Spencer on second. 1 out on the board. 3-1. Grounded right over to Foley. Tries to make the fielder's choice. Instead, he'll loft it over to first. Dugarbushian for out number 2. Great reactions from the pitcher there.
Yeah, it's always tough for a pitcher to make a play because they're just so locked in on pitching, and you're kind of just, your state of mind is only pitching, and then when you get that play to you, it's kind of a shock, but great play by Foley there. Go quick on his feet.
Yeah, it's really tough after you throw the pitch. Technically, I'm sure this is what every coach tells him. Now you're a fielder, so now you got to be ready for wherever that ball may go. First pitch on Bodger is a swing and a miss. We saw that twice in his at-bat earlier. And then he got the hit. The first of the day as well for the Miners. So now here he is on the 0-1. And Jack here with the 6, 7, 8. These are the 3 hitters to have a hit so far here today. So dangerous lineup here for Foley. It's where he fell apart in the second inning. Now here against Bodger, he's got a 0-2 count after that one's fouled off. Here's the 0-2. Spencer on second. Bodger looking for his second of the day. Fastball's high to make it a 1-2 count. Mentioned it before, the Miners are 3-1 against Mercer this year, and the one loss they had was on June 15th, where it was just a 2-1 game that Mercer was able to win as that fastball maybe a bit too far outside to make it a 2-2 count. Miners are 3-2 in their last 5 games. Mentioned it before as well. 10-3 in the month of July. As this one is going to be low and in the dirt. Foley on the 0-2 count struggles to find the strike zone afterwards, and it brings up the full count. Here is the 3-2 pitch coming up. Bodger looking to channel what he was able to do in the second inning. Instead, he'll foul that one off right off the face mask of Jack Saker and keep the at-bat going. A long at-bat here, 2 outs on the board. Foley hoping to keep it at just a 3-1 game. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on by Bodker. Will not be in play, just barely off of the left field line. And the 3-2 count will remain in this long at-bat for the Lycoming College junior.
Now Foley really getting up there in pitch count, Ben.
He absolutely is, nearing 70 here in his third inning of work. Averaging over 20 pitches per inning. Bodker swing and a miss there. And a big way to put away the third inning.
For the Miners in the third, no runs, no
And now we'll check in
There were no errors.
with our friend Julia
After 3, the Miners 3.
and the Mammoths head coach.
Hi, I'm Julia Henry, here with Joe Domino, assistant coach on the Mercer Mammoths. So coming into that inning, offensively, Amir Cornier dropped that ball at short, left the bases loaded. They were able to plate 3. So what was kind of that mindset coming into that inning?
Yeah, I mean, 3 runs, kind of difficult to get that back all in one piece. Obviously, it's nice if you can, but I mean, getting 1 on the board there's, better than nothing. Obviously, you just got to kind of chip away over these next couple innings and put up some zeros. Let the offense do its work.
Awesome, thank you.
So that was Julia talking with the Mammoths head coach about their offensive approach after a rough second inning. And well, that offensive approach got them a run. But here they are, back up at the plate, looking to keep going what they had in the top of the third. Here in the bottom, it's Jordan Nitty with a little blooper shot getting over Mathis's glove. And boy, oh boy, the Mammoths are starting to get going here in Quakertown.
Yeah, this is a team that when they're hitting, they're all hitting together. It's not like, they just get 1 or 2 hits in an inning. They always string together a couple to go on a good run. So they went on a good run last inning and get that 1 run. If they can keep on doing this against the pitcher of the year in the ECCBL, I mean, we can't really show how much he really is that good, Wozenak. So if they can keep doing this, it's going to get a close game.
Again, no earned runs just set on Wozniak based on the 2 errors that Jack Mathis had in that top of the third. And Jack, they have the best run to earned run ratio in the entire ECCBL. Don't see the errors too often here for the Miners, but we saw one earlier. And they're really hoping that we won't see any more today. Joe Gamitter's up at the plate. He's got a 2-0 count. Swung on. Can he find the gap out to right field? He can. Joe Gamitter with the second straight hit here to start off the 4th inning.
Gamitter's such a good batter, and he just knew exactly where to go with that pitch. Wozniak kind of grumbling right now.
Crumbling might be a bit aggressive for him at the moment, but definitely having his struggles here to start off the 4th inning. Brings on Chiravallo. He was able to strike out earlier. And really, who wasn't he able to strike out? He struck out Gamitter and Nitty as well. But here they are, able to bounce back with a hit in their second at-bat. Can Chiravallo do the same? Starts off with a 1-out count. 2 runners on, Nitty on second, Gamitter on first. Here's the 1-0. In there for strike 1. Nice pitch from Brandon Wozniak. Just wrapped up his senior season at Greater Nanticoke Area High School. And here he is, the 18-year-old, coming into the ECCBL and winning the top pitcher of the year. On the 2-1, Chiravallo gets it past the third baseman, Spencer. It was a rough hop, and it'll bring home Jordan Nitty. Nitty coming all the way home, and it's a 1-run ball game here in the top of the 4th. A tough bounce for Spencer to get under. Just hopped right over him. And man, the Mammoths are not going to go out that quickly.
No, he thought, Miners scored 3. Wozniak was just rolling on the mound. He thought, oh, maybe this is just another day in the Miners schedule where they just win an easy game. But, wow, the Mammoths hitting now is starting to roll, and this is why the manager is coming out for a mound visit.
It absolutely is. How about Mike Chirivallo getting his 4th RBI on the summer? And a big moment to cut the lead down to 1. Wozniak nearing 50 pitches. Still, his efficiency is looking incredible. But he's got a guy up at the plate. So he was able to get out in the first inning via the strikeout. But Will Burkall has been a dangerous hitter all summer long for the Mammoths. Easily their best on the entire squad. What will he be able to do here? Batting in the 6th slot, we mentioned it before. Heart of the order. First pitch is going to be in there. Catching the top outside corner for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Similar spot, just a little bit more outside that time. So the 1-1 pitch now. For Wozniak, breaking ball's going to be low and inside. Bring up a 2-1 on Burkall. And Jack, unfortunately for Will Burkall, there's runners on, so stolen bases will be tough for him to come by if he gets on base. And the fastball's going to be outside to bring up a hitter's count for Burkall. And Wozniak really struggling to find the strike zone now. Not something we thought we'd see. Fastball outside, and he walks Burkall. The first walk of the game for the Mercer Mammoths, something they haven't been able to do all day long, especially with a guy like Wozniak who finds the strike zone on seemingly every single pitch. But now he's got the bases loaded with no outs here in the top of the 4th. And Nick Garbushian comes up to the plate, the lefty hitter. His second bat of the summer. First pitch is in there. Bottom left corner, strike 1. Big pitches here from Wozniak. Second one's going to be fouled off. So an 0-2 count now on Garbushian. Garbushian had the smack over to the shortstop Mathis. And that was his first of 2 errors. Now here he is, second at bat. 0-2 count. Breaking pitch is a bit too far outside to bring up a 1-2. And Jack, you're going to need a well-struck ball here. You got Committer on third. Not exactly the fastest Mammoths player. So that one's going to be outside for a 3-2. Or 2-2, rather.
Yeah, you're right. Committer is not the fastest player, but, I mean, it'd be pretty easy to get him home. Unless it's a very, very shallow fly ball, I think mostly anything gets him home.
Well, that's going to be a fly ball, but foul over the backstop here. The fences, or the netting, whatever you want to call it. I think we'll go netting.
Netting.
I feel like that makes the most sense.
No buttonwood drive here.
So here is the 2-2, unfortunately. Breaking ball is in there. 4 strike 3, Wozniak. Starting to come back a little bit. That was a massive at-bat right there for him. But Jack only putting on the first out of the board here in the top of the 4th. Base is still loaded.
I mean, you can't speak to how uncharacteristic the start is for him. Already giving up 2 runs early on. And his ERA is .86. So this isn't usually what he does, but if he can get out of this inning, only getting up 1 run, that would be insane.
And again, still just 1 earned run to his name because of the 2 errors on Mathis in that second inning, or the third inning, rather. He's got a 1-1 count here on Saker. Saker, it bounces right over the head of Pashevsky. Brings home Committer. Will it bring home Chirivallo as well? Mike Chirivallo trying to beat the throw, and he will. Off goes Burkall over to third, and Will Burkall really delayed on his run over to third base. He gets out and puts the second out on the board, but not before the Mammoths put 2 runs on the board and take a 4-3 lead here in Quakertown.
If you walk into this game and you're the Mammoths and you say, and you hear before that you get 4 runs off of Wozniak and could be even more, you take that every time.
And Jack, how about the player that just did it? Jack Saker was the man that just had that 2 RBI single, his 5th hit on the summer. In 17 games, he's now 5 for 42. Rough start, but man, he is coming up clutch. Now the first at-bat here for Anthony Crudo, and his second at-bat, I should say, for Anthony Crudo. His second at-bat on the summer as well. Starts off with a couple of strikes, a couple of called strikes as well. Wozniak. Nice start here. The 0-2 smacked out into left field. Looked to be foul. And it will be. And boy, that was dangerous from the new kid on the block right there, Anthony Crudo.
Yeah, this is a deep field as well. This is 325 to left and right, and then 390 to center field.
Smacks this one out into right field. Corey Daniels getting under it and making the grab for out number 3, but it was a 3-run top of the 4th for the Mercer Mammoths. They have cracked the code on Brandon Wozniak, and they're going to use it as long as they can. We're going to send it over to Rocco, who has an interview with the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners head coach. See what he has to say. Back here, bottom of the 4th, Luke Kopech trying to get things started for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners. After letting up 3 runs in the top of the 4th, they were able to score 3 on their own in the bottom of the 2nd. And boy, would they love that here. First pitch to Kopech. Inside for a ball. Second pitch is fouled off to put us at a 1-1 count.
Yeah, Foley's been dealing with confidence all game. When he gets a runner on, he kind of starts to waver. So, but now, confidence-wise, he's got a 1-run lead. He's got comfortable on the mound.
Foley definitely looking comfortable on the mound. Again, he's been up and down. Whenever those runners get on, he seems to get worse and worse. But if he's rolling, he's rolling. This one popped up sky high. Crudo getting under it. And Anthony Crudo making the grab for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Nice way to start for Luke Foley and company.
Yeah, it's a big inning for him. I mean, he's definitely up there in pitch count. He's nearing 75, but he's got the 7-hitter up, so now he's got 8-9 left to try and get with a 1-2-3 inning.
Evan Melberger had an RBI single earlier here in this one. Now up for his second at-bat of the day. Trying to be the first base runner on. Trying to get something going here. For the Miners, seems to be a little while. They've given up 4 runs across the last 2 innings. Haven't scored a run since the 2nd inning. Again, still a 1-run ball game, but for the Miner standards, they're struggling. This one from Melberger out to left center. Schaefer chasing it down and making the grab. Fairly easy grab as well. Out in left center field for out number 2.
Now Foley can get this at-bat, you know, a quick at-bat and get him out. This means he can go the more than 4 innings that he's at right now.
He absolutely could. Nearing 80 pitches. Still looking solid. He's around that 20 pitch per inning count which, again, isn't ideal, but nothing wrong with the way he's pitching so far today. Pashesky up at the plate, swinging at the second pitch on the 1-0 count, bring him up a 1-1.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with how he's pitching. I mean, with this type of start, if you can only get up 3 runs through a bulk amount of innings, that is huge for this Mammoths team.
And Pashesky walked in his first plate appearance. It was the RBI walk when the bases were loaded back in the bottom of the second. Now here he is with the 2-1 count. Foley's 79th pitch of the game is in there for strike 2 to bring up a 2-2. Bottom of the order here with Zach Pashesky. Is that fastball just barely outside, bringing up a full count? And boy, heard some groans from the crowd on that pitch, Jack.
Yeah, I thought that one could have been called a strike, but he's got to deliver on this 3-2.
3-2 pitch. Low and in the dirt. He'll walk Pashesky for the second time this game. Good eye so far here in this one from Zach Pashesky. And it brings us back up to the top with Jack Mathis. There's another one who has had his struggles. He had the sacrifice fly in his last at-bat, but he is 0 for 1, along with those 2 errors, Jack.
Yeah, those errors could really change the course of this game right now, and it is with how the Mammoths are leading.
Those 2 errors only allowed that 1 run that we saw earlier in this one in the top of the 3rd inning.
Every run matters, though.
Exactly, especially we're in a 1-run ball game right now. The game will be tied. Without Mathis' struggles. A couple of pickoff attempts on Pashesky. And Foley trying to throw as little as pitches as possible to go as long as possible. And little arguing here between the Scranton and Wilkes-Barre coaching and our infield umpire. Boy, oh boy. So the all-nothing count. Finally, we get a pitch from the hand of Foley. And it's a fastball outside for the 1-0 count.
Could also been the Mammoths first baseman maybe trying to say that he was out.
That's a possibility as well. Fastball outside. I believe that's a more likely possibility.
Yeah,
He was talking about calls. I don't think the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners are going to be arguing with that. So yeah, I'm glad. No, that is the Scranton Wilkes-Barre dugout. It's J.P. Kuzik, who is having a little banter with the ref. Boy, things are tense here in Quakertown, as that breaking ball is going to be in there for a strike 1, making it a 2-1 count.
I just want to say I think all of his calls today are amazing, and I have not disagreed with anything.
Here is the 2-1 count. Another pickoff attempt. Nice little antics from Garbushian over there, despite not getting the out. Nice little ball flip. It's something I can't do, so I think it looks cool. Here's the 2-1. Oh, ball's going to be right down Broadway for Jack Mathis. 2-2 count for him with the 2 outs on the board. Scranton Wilkes-Barre still looking to tie this game up now. Swung on, and it'll be fouled off the left field line. Committer was ready for it if it was in play. Jack, once again, interesting to see Joe Committer over there on third base. Garbushian taking over his responsibilities at first. We saw him on third as well yesterday against the Generals in the wild card matchup. 2-2 pitch once again. There's going to be a breaking ball way inside to bring up a full count. (3-2), Pashesky on first. 2 outs on the board here in the bottom of the 4th. Popped up sky high from Jack Mathis. Saker is going to chase it down. Actually, he'll stay put exactly where he was in his catcher position behind home plate and make the catch for the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 4th. The Mercer Mammoths, how about them? A 3-run top. And they trail, or they lead rather, 4-3 heading in to the top of the 5th. Have yourselves a day. Mercer Mammoths. We'll be right back. Brandon Wozniak's day is done. Through 4 innings, through 66 pitches, he allowed 6 hits and 3 earned runs, 4 runs total. Struck out 6 and walked 1, and now incoming is Colby Budzinski, who through 7 games has allowed just 1 earned run on the 25 innings he's pitched. He's got 4 wins to his name. Jack, it comes out to a .28 ERA. 14 strikeouts as well to the 6 walks. Incredible stuff from Colby Budzinski, who just wrapped up his junior season at Wilkes University.
Yeah, it's great to see how well he's pitching because in his junior season he did not do the greatest in 21 innings. Had a 9.70 ERA, gave 23 earned runs, went 1-4 with the record. So this summer right now has just been a just great revival for his career.
Well, here he is. Chance for a save here for the Miners, facing off against James Schaefer. He's got a 1-2 count against him. Top of the order for the Mercer Mammoths. Swung right up the middle. Can Schaefer get it through? He cannot. Mathis comes over. Doesn't get the throw in time, though. Jack Mathis got the ball in the glove. Couldn't get the ball into the first baseman's glove. And with that, James Schaefer is now 2 for 3 on the day, Jack.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier in the pregame show that Schaefer is a real X factor to this team because as a leadoff guy, when he gets on, it flows through the whole lineup. And maybe he can't hear, maybe Cornier rips off a hit as well.
Yeah, flowing through the whole lineup. That's exactly what we saw in the top of the 4th. We see a repeat here in the 5th. Amir Cornier up at the plate. Fastball was real close to him on the first pitch. It'll bring up a 1-0 count. Cornier looking to get on base for the first time today. That ball's going to be low and outside. 2-0 count here for Cornier. Struck out in one of his prior at-bats. He's had his struggles recently as well this season too, Jack.
He definitely has, but last night he got a huge, actually, last night he had 2 RBIs.
He did.
Different occasions.
Had a double last night as well. Still on base from James Schaefer. Pashesky couldn't scoop up the ball out of the dirt after the throw came in from J.P. Kuzik. So now a runner in scoring position, no outs on the board. Budzinski still trying to settle in here and get comfortable. Just over the halfway point here in this one.
Just expected from Schaefer or Burkall whenever they get on base, they get a stolen base.
So here's the 3-0. Corner obviously decided not to swing before that pitch even came in, but he's going to find the outside corner to bring up a hitter's count. 3-1. Fouled off by Corner, and just like that, a full count coming up here. With Jordan Nitty on deck. He's 1 for 2 today. Here's Cornier's full count pitch. Out into right field. Shallow right field at that. Daniels chasing it down. Makes the catch. And Schaefer will stay put at second as well. It was a bomb of a throw from Daniels over to the third baseman, Luke Spencer, as well. So with that, the first out is on the board. And Jordan Nitty comes up to the plate. He's got a single. And another hit here, possibly to bring home Schaefer and increase this lead. Breaking ball is in there for a strike 1, bottom right corner. Nice pitch there from Budzinski. We talked about Wozniak's walks and hits per inning. Budzinski, it's even better, .76. As this one's fouled off by Nitty. Yeah, Wozniak was at a .95. And Budzinski at a .76. I mean, Jack, the bullpen for the Miners is just ridiculous.
There's no doubt about it. Budzinski has only given 1 earned run this season.
0-2 is fouled off. After the 25 innings he's pitched, 7 games he's appeared in, without 1 earned run. Allowed 13 hits. Here's the 0-2. Once again, Nitty barely in play. Dudek is going to come over. Can the play still be made? Budzinski comes over, and the out is made at first. For out number 2, Schaefer will move over to third. And a really good opportunity for Mike Travato to increase the lead here in the top of the 5th.
That's a great play by Dudek. It had like some type of spin on it with the way Nitty hit it, spinning towards the left, and then he still got the grounder, and then a great PFP made by Budzinski.
And it was just barely in play as well, and that probably could be why the spin was so awkward. Probably hit the dirt right in front of him. First pitch for Joe Gmitter goes out into center field. Melberger will barely have to move, and he'll make the catch for the third out here in the top of the fifth. The Mammoths still enjoying their 4-3 lead when we return in the bottom.
After 4.5.
It's bottom of the fifth here in Quakertown. So Memorial Fields, Jack Kelman here with you with Ben Chadwick for the rest of the semifinal game between Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners and the Mercer Mammoths, where the Mammoths lead 4-3 as we just cross the halfway point. Luke Foley is going to still be out there for the Mammoths. Pitched a very solid fourth inning where he went 1-2-3 in that one, so still has the ball in the bottom of the fifth, still with a high pitch count at 90. That one ripped left side over to Gmitter. Throws it over across the diamond for the first out. Daniels is retired.
It's another nice quick play over to Gmitter as well. That's how we saw the bottom of the fourth start off with that line out into Gmitter's glove, and this time making the play once again.
Most likely will be Foley's last inning. Although he's been an amazing inning eater all season. 35 before this game. Will cross the 40 mark if he can finish off this inning for the Mammoths. JP Kuzik, who was one of the players to watch in the pregame show, is 0 for 2 in this game. Takes one upstairs. 2-0 count. A little low there makes it 3-0. Kuzik was amazing in his sophomore season at Fairfield, where he started 15 games at a .305 average with 5 home runs. Takes 4 straight balls, and it's a free pass with 1 out.
That's a great eye from Kuzik right there, but boy, 4 straight balls from Foley. I mean, his pitch count is over 90 now. You wonder, his arm's got to be getting tired as this one goes on. I mean, you don't really consider it with the arm and the exhaustion with your left arm, but the amount of pickoff attempts that he's thrown as well.
Little inside to Saker. He had to look around for it, but kept it in front of him. Kuzik with no stolen bases on the season so far for the Miners. Called strike there, 1-1.
Yeah, you know, he's got to be careful. We saw the argument he had with the infield umpire about an inning ago when he was in the dugout. Now here he is on first base. Got to watch out for those calls.
In the dirt, Saker can't find it. Kuzik takes off. He still can't find it. He's easily there and puts a man in scoring position.
Man, that's always the worst feeling as a catcher as well, just not being able to find the ball, especially when you know it's around you somewhere. It's like knowing you hit a ball into the fairway, Jack, and you just can't find it anywhere.
I mean, I don't know how much that happens for you, but
More often as we keep playing. More often.
true.
Progress.
That one past Saker, gets a good bounce off the backstop, not going to rifle it to third, and Kuzik moves over again.
And this is where things are clearly starting to fall apart for Foley. You wonder if Arrigo, who is stretching, is going to be able to come in this inning because he might have to.
And another walking around. I mean, Foley now just at about at the 100-pitch mark, so he keeps looking over to the dugout as well. He did that in the last batter, and now doing it now. Feels like maybe he wants to come out of this game.
Yeah, Jack, I mean, 9 pitches, 8 walks, a couple wild ones, too, that allowed Kuzik to go all the way around to third after just being on first. It's a rough start for Foley, and I don't know if it's going to get much better.
Checks over at first base. Now, Danny Arrigo is just starting to warm up right now, who pitched last night for Mercer. This is a weird situation. Dudek up the bat, who's 0 for 1 in this game.
And still a really tight ball game, despite all the storylines we've been talking about.
He fouled off and hit something. Didn't hit the beach volleyball court, which caught my eye walking into your Ben.
They might have to get a game going in between games. Here, Jack.
Ripped into the gap. Kuzik comes home. Around second is Spencer. And moving over to second is Dudek. Gets a double and ties up the game here in the bottom of the 5th.
Big roar from the crowd as well off the bat of Dudek. It's definitely acting like a home game right now, although it's technically a neutral site for Scranton. Boy, they are loving it.
They're going to take a mound visit, and this is really just to buy time for the warming up of Arrigo, who Foley, who feels like his day should be done right now. If I'm currently the manager, I would take out the ball. I would have taken it out a couple batters ago, but I feel like his day is done, but he's going to have to keep going with Arrigo's time in warming up.
Yeah, I mean, of course he would have taken the ball out of his hands a couple batters ago, Jack. I mean, you could see into
Hindsight,
the future.
yeah,
You knew
true.
exactly what would happen. No, but yeah, I do agree with you. I mean, he was getting up there in the pitch count. You have, not, like I said before, 9 pitches, 2 walks through just 1 strike through his first 2 batters. And it was rough. I mean, it was a really rough look, and then that was bound to happen from Dudek. It was a great hit by Dudek, but also Foley. I mean, when he was finding the strike zone, he was tossing it right down Broadway for these hitters, and they were just practically teeing off on him.
It's about the longest mound visit you could do.
They're taking their time.
Yeah, the home plate umpire came out to basically stop it, and he just pointed to the bullpen himself.
But, Jack, he's still out there.
Yeah, he
That's
has
the
to.
problem I'm having.
Arrigo is just starting to warm up way too late. I guess they just had too much confidence in Foley.
But, I mean, I understand, like, he had that one inning where he gave up 3 runs, and he looked solid besides that, but he was still nearing 90 coming into this inning. He was averaging over 20 pitches per inning. I don't know how you don't see that and immediately start warming a guy up.
That one didn't even reach home plate. It'll be 1-0.
I mean, his arm is gone. It really is. This is tough to see because you know what's bound to happen with all these batters, especially a guy like Bodker.
Now fouled off, hitting the netting. Bodker has a run today.
And yeah, he's looked solid. Got the first hit of the game as well for Scranton earlier.
Yep, singled on a fly ball to Crudo in right field. That one fouled off, makes it a 1-2 count. Foley now at 106. Dudek on second and Spencer on third. Hole infield in. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, Saker. Beer to his right, and Spencer stays on third.
Jack, I mean, he's physically struggling to reach the mound right now. Like, he can't give his full power to get it over the strike zone.
Two. Upstairs makes it a full count. Arrigo's still not fully warming up in the bullpen just yet. Popped up down the first base line to play and made for the second out.
That's big. I mean, that is crucial. Now all you need is another out here at all, and you're in the clear. I mean, yeah, you led with the 1 run, but the game is still tied, which is, for the Mammoths in the situation they're in right now, they will happily take that heading into the 6th.
Foley's got a chance to get out of the inning as that one slugged into left field. Burkall on his way back and catching it. So Foley able to limit the damage in the bottom of the 5th. That's definitely it for his day, giving up 1 more run and tying up the game. So after 5, we are all knotted up at 4. We'll see you for the top of the 6th. Budzinski out there for a second inning of work. And Chiaravallo out there leading off the inning with Burkall on deck for him. Which means it'll be 5, 6, 7 due up in this inning.
Number 20, Mike.
First pitch outside, 1-0. Flied out into left field. And easily caught. Quick one down as Chiaravallo's retired to start off the top of the 6th.
It's a nice first out for Budzinski right there
Number 7.
as well. Saw a little bit of him getting rattled in his very first inning of work, but if he can start to settle down, we could have a real battle here in these last few innings, Jack.
First pitch of Burkall. It's called strike today. He has a walk and a strikeout. Still outside. Now 2-1. Just missed the corner there.
Still waiting for Burkall to get going in this game.
Slapped the other way, but veers out of play.
Thought he might have heard me right there. I thought he was going to get a double along the left field line.
Swing and a miss there. Burkall's second strikeout. And Budzinski has a quick 2 down.
Number 21.
That's not something we see from Burkall as well. Just his second game this season with multiple strikeouts on the day.
Garbushian, and fouls one down the first base line. Grounded over to second base. Pacheski flips it over for the third out, but Sinski keeps it rolling in his relief, giving up no runs in the top of the 6th. 1, 2, 3 for him, and we'll see you for the bottom. And a relief pitcher, the first one of the day for the Mercer Mammoths after Luke Foley goes 5 innings, giving up 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 6 walks, and 3 strikeouts at 110 pitches. A valiant effort for him in his start, and Danny Arrigo gets the ball for the first man in the bullpen.
Yeah, Jack, it's his 5th appearance, and in the 4 games he's played prior to this one, he's thrown 13 innings. And the game we just saw from him yesterday, he threw 2 innings, faced 7 batters in those 2 innings, allowed just 1 walk, struck out 3 of them, no runs came in, no hits. Looked really solid yesterday against the Trenton Generals. See if he can keep that going today.
It's Melberger leading off the inning. Swings straight through that one for the first strike.
Nice hard fastball from Arrigo as well.
Melberger, Pacheski, and Mathis 8-9-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Outside, even up the count to 1-1.
Melberg, one of the most consistent hitters on this minors order.
He's got a single today. Takes another one outside.
In less than 5 games on the season for Melberger, where he's been hitless. And it'll remain less than 5 after this game. Like you said, he's 1 for 2.
Fouls that one off. He has accounted for an RBI today, along with the next 2 players up in the order. Pacheski and Mathis both have RBIs as well. So Rigo with a tough part of the lineup with how these 3 hitters have been hitting just solely in this semifinal. Full count pitch. Fouled off again.
Mentioned the batters that are due up. Neither of them have a hit. Pacheski has 2 walks, and one of them was the RBI walk.
And missed outside. Melberger with the leadoff walk. Brings up the last man in the order, Pacheski.
Number 11, second baseman, Zach Pacheski.
See if he can keep it going with his 3rd plate appearance as well, Jack. Seen him twice already. We've seen him walk over to first. Both times.
Going into his freshman season at Radford University. Just wrapped up his senior season at Dallas High School. The check over at first. Pacheski walked in that run with the bases loaded. Taking off on the first pitch is Melberger. Throw down to second from Saker. Is not in time.
And it was a tough throw by Saker. You see him a little angry at himself after that one came through because he absolutely could have gotten Melberger out. He had a little bit of a late start, but just an unfortunate throw. Hit the dirt beforehand, and now got a runner in scoring position.
Pitch was a ball. This is a 1-0 to Pacheski. He shows bunt, pulls it back as it's too low, and makes it a 2-ball, no strike count. No outs in the inning as well, and that will get Jack Saker to have a quick, abrupt meeting with Arrigo.
We got some Old Town Road playing for, for the quick 4-second mound visit. Oh, it's still playing.
It's still going.
Real quick, I say we just play it for the rest of the game. Put it on loop.
That might drive me insane.
I would hate that song forever if they did that.
2-0 to Pacheski, showing bunt again, but another ball from Arrigo.
And it's tough because if he was hugging the corners, then he'd be okay with it. But some of these have been not exactly wild, but also not exactly close, Jack.
You got to think Pacheski will pull this bunt, but also the danger of Melberger moving on to the third. But Gamitter is going to be tough for him to make a play if it's short. He pushes over to first base. It's Garbucci over now to first, and they get the out there for the first out, and Melberger moves over to third.
Yeah, just great sacrifice there by Pacheski to move the runner over to third. It was a perfect bunt for what exactly they were trying to do.
Jack Mathis.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say than that. Just a great play by them. I mean, they need one run to take the lead. They're in a great position to do so right here.
You don't think he tried of even risking it, putting down the third base line with Melberger at second?
I don't think you do. I think that's way too risky. I think you just count your losses. And you just put him in on third. Now you got at least 2 outs to work with here to get him all the way home, which I should be able to do now at the top of the order.
Yep, Mathis up to bat, who is not his day today. He's 0 for 2.
Those 2 errors as well, really not his day.
Leads the team in average and OPS. Slaps I1 into right field. The Miners take back the lead here in the bottom of the 6th.
There you go. Big players make big plays when it counts, Jack. That's exactly what Mathis just did right there.
His 15th RBI of the season.
Fielder, Corey Daniels.
Miners are down 4-3, and they take it back to 5-4 now. Arrigo giving up his first run in relief. Didn't do that last night against the Generals. And the first pitch to Daniels is too low, 1-0.
Boy, talk about all the lead changes we've had. Now the third of the game here in the bottom of the 6th.
Miners, after the regular season, were 22-12. Mercer was 16-18. Taking off at first base is Mathis, and Saker couldn't come up with it cleanly, and he has himself a stolen base.
Another tough play. It seems like they can steal any base they want because something always goes wrong either on Foley's part or Saker.
You want to talk about Burkall whenever he gets on base, gets a stolen base. What about Mathis with 23 now on the season, team leading? The definition of a leadoff hitter. Just hit the top corner. It looked like the umpire was thinking about calling that one.
I was going to say the same thing. It seemed like he stood up right, just not saying anything, counted as a ball, and then thought about it. No, wait, that was a strike, and then makes the motion, and there it is.
Mathis with a lead on second. So 1-2 to Daniels. Able to spoil it.
And still only got one out on the board, so why not? Try and get Mathis home. He's speedy around the bases. Single's all you need.
Mathis with a couple hops. Arrigo with his own hop and a strikeout he gets. 2 outs down now in the bottom of the 6th.
Big right there from Danny Arrigo. Big to get that second out. I know one run has come in, which he's not too happy about, but make sure it's just one. Keep your team in this.
Nobody up in the bullpen for Mercer, so Arrigo could have extended innings. Kuzik, who led off the bottom of the 5th, has a man on second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Slugs that one into left field. Schaefer with a long run back, but getting under it for the 3rd out. Arrigo in his first inning of relief gives up 1, and the Miners take back the lead here at Memorial Park. After 6, Miners 5, Mercer 4. Top of the 7th here at Memorial Park in Quakertown for the semifinal. First pitch from Budzinski, who's still out there in his 3rd inning of relief now.
And boy, do we have a good one to start off with, Jack. How about a close game between the Mammoths and the Miners?
You know, right now a really close one, and hopefully have a good one after this at 5 p.m. between the Quakertown Blazers and Trent Capitals. And who will verse the winner of this one.
Very passionate fan as well to our right, who clearly thought that was a swinging strike.
1-2. And a called strike does not matter. Budzinski gets Saker looking for the first out of the inning.
And who let this happen? Who let all these pitchers go onto the same team? I mean, this is unbelievable. How about the Miners dugout?
Well,
or the bullpen, really?
Yeah, I mean, of course, the South Division is all, those 4 teams are all brought up by the same general manager and Mike Olshan. But in the North Division, it's all different general managers. So this one in the North Division has just made an amazing roster for them.
Really has. I mean, this team is clearing away, coming into this game at least. One of the best teams in the ECCBL, if not the best.
Well, he has put an amazing roster down. Budzinski came into this season in the spring, had a 9.70 ERA, 9.70. So I don't know if he could have saw that. As that one's tapped right side, Dudek will take it over to Budzinski, and 2 outs down.
Big couple outs from Budzinski right there, and top of the order too. You can get Schaefer out
James Schaefer.
and force it to keep moving on. When we come back in the 8th.
You weren't up there last night, were you? Okay. You heard about what happened at the Woodridge.
Call strike to Schaefer, the leadoff batter. Saker retired, Crudo, and now Budzinski. Or sorry, Schaefer is the last man for Budzinski to get out for another 1-2-3 inning.
Check that second pitch was the ball was in the dirt. And even the ones that go in the dirt and bounce up find the strike zone. I mean, it is just on the money.
One, two. Check swing, and he did go. Another strikeout for Budzinski. He's been amazing in relief, keeping this lead to 1. The Miners back up to bat in the bottom of the 7th.
The Miners. Spencer.
It's the bottom of the 7th. Here at Memorial Park, it's Jack Hummer with you with Ben Chadwick as the Miners lead 5-4 and try to add on to that here in this inning. Danny Arrigo out there for his second inning of relief. Forfeited 1 run where he gave up a hit and a walk in that inning, along with 19 pitches.
Boy, I just love how the music gets louder right as you start talking. Isn't that hilarious? Really trying to drown you out here.
Luke Spencer, the leadoff batter, and takes one right to the upper body. Just missed him near his head, thank God. So he moves over to first base.
Fans not happy about that one. You hear the oohs and the ahs. Probably his dad out there as well. Not very happy with that.
You know, there's some moments where you can get mad at a pitcher hitting a batter, but at that moment, you can't get mad at him. You know he had no, intention to actually hit him.
Yeah, of course. Arrigo's more than capable of getting these guys out. I mean, he's not going to intentionally walk anyone, especially the first batter of the inning.
Dudek with an early show bunt, and that makes Arrigo take a back step.
But, of course, if I was his dad, I would be convinced that they're hitting him on purpose because they don't want to see how well he could hit. So, makes sense.
First pitch was outside. Dudek's 1 for 2 in this game, is already showing bunt as well. Takes that called strike. Along with it, he's got an RBI and a walk, so this is his 4th at-bat.
A really solid day from Nate Dudek so far here in this one.
He's got Spencer on first. That's where Arrigo's going. Fires away on the 1-1. Spencer pulls back, and it's Payne Hill in the outside corner. Gonna have to swing away now. Another pickoff move.
This is big here for Arrigo. Don't want to start a rally.
In the dirt, good block by Saker to keep Spencer on first, who definitely has the speed to move over with 12 stolen bases on the season, as long with 1 today.
And Dudek is just the first of 4 batters in a row here in the order who all have hits on the day.
Swing and a miss there. Arrigo with a much-needed strikeout. Makes it 1 down with Spencer still on first.
There it is. That's massive. I mean, still only 1 out on the board, but I know you said this yesterday. That first out is always the most crucial. You said that about the 9th inning, but it still could be just as true in a situation like this, Jack.
The 5th strikeout, not for Arrigo, but for the whole Mammoths pitching staff. To Scranton Wilkes-Barre's 9 strikeouts they have between Wozniak and Budzinski. Throw down to second with Spencer taking off, and he gets the stolen base. Thought about moving it again, but Schaefer gets there in time.
And the Mammoths still struggling to match Wozniak and how many strikeouts he got in just the 4 innings he's pitched. Got 6 in those 4 innings. Like you said, they're at 5 right now as a whole team.
One to Botker. Up high. Botker had a pop out in foul territory his last at bat. Waits the 1-1. Beautiful breaking pitch by Arrigo. Gets ahead in the count.
And Botker has been on fire recently for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners. 8 hits in his last 4 games.
Missed away. Spencer taking off. Throw down the third. And it's a tough play for Gamitter. Gets into the outfield. And Spencer goes all the way home. All by himself. Extends the lead to 2 for the Miners.
Yeah, and that's a tough throw from Saker, Jack. It really is. I've seen a couple from him. He's thrown to second. He's struggled. Throws to third right there. Struggles once again. Man, you just hate to see that.
Now no ducks in the pond for Botker for the 1-2 count. That one is grounded over to Cornier. His first play in a while, and he makes it for the 2nd out of the inning.
Especially with a hit like that. That could have been a double play right there. I mean, it goes right to the shortstop corner. You got a man on second.
Spencer just took matters into his own hands and
Number 23.
made the lead a little more comfortable for the Miners pitching staff.
Which is not what they need. I mean, you want to put as much pressure on them as possible with how good they are.
But we do know how hot the Mammoths get whenever they can string up a couple of hits.
And well, they got 2 innings to do so, Jack.
That one fouled off. Kopech will have himself an 0-2 count.
Kopech, another guy, 3 for 7 in his last 2 games. But again, the last game that the Miners played was a week ago. But doesn't seem to be too rusty here today.
0-2. Fouls off, hits Saker right in the helmet.
Not sure if it hit Saker or home plate umpire. Either way, ouch.
Beautiful breaking pitch to end off the inning by Arrigo, but still lets another hit home plate. The Miners up by 2 now after 7. Top of the 8th. Amir Cornier leads off, and Budzinski still has the ball in his hands as he's been rolling after 3 innings of relief, and here's his 4th.
Amir Cornier.
He's only given up 1 hit so far. Gets a call strike to Cornier, along with 3 strikeouts.
Cornier, once again, Jack, really struggling in this game. We've seen it from him in the past few games, across the past couple weeks as well.
High chopper. And a weird play by Mathis. Kind of jumped out of Cornier, going aggressive to second base. And the right decision. Amir Cornier with some smarts around the bag. It'll be an error against Mathis, but he moves over to second.
Again, it's another tough play for Mathis, but his 3rd error of the game, Jack.
Oh, wow. Forgot about that.
That is really bad. I mean, his first 2 errors single-handedly allowed one runner to go all the way to get on base first and to go all the way around the bases as well and go home. You could have another earned run, I guess you could say, to him out in the field here with Cornier now on second.
A little bit outside to Nitty there for the first ball. Ripped into left field. Nitty gets himself a single. Cornier easily moves over to third. It's on the corners now, no outs.
And over 70% of Nitty's hits have been out into left field. See it again once more there.
So Budzinski with that precious .28 ERA he's had all season. It could even lower with the 3 scoreless he's had today. Is in danger of moving up.
Well, again, you got Cornier on third, who could just be an unearned run.
Oh, true.
For the moment. But we'll have to see with how long this inning lasts, because the longer it goes, the more earned runs that could pile up for Budzinski.
Slap the other way. It's going to be a tough play for Matthews. He goes to second, gets the out there. Cornier comes home. They cut down the lead to 1. So committed with a fielder's choice RBI.
Mike Charavallo.
It's his first RBI of the day. It's called strike there.
And it's tough for Budzinski because, I mean, he's still reeling on the mound. I mean, he is really throwing some solid pitches. Just an unfortunate inning, and the Mammoths are getting hot.
Pulled the other way, but Spencer not able to field it cleanly. Fires it to first. What a throw there. But still messed up the double play.
Yeah, it won't be an error. He saves himself from the error with Charavallo getting out at first. But, man, double play would have been massive right there. Mammoths still have a chance to tie this game up.
Number 22, left fielder, Will Burkhoff.
So Budzinski, that run that came in earlier, does not count toward his stat line. It's not an earned run.
And how about Will Burkhoff so far today, Jack? And I'm saying that not in the way we usually are, in the positive way. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Both of those outs were both strikeouts as well. Which again, he had 6 strikeouts coming into this game on the 19 games he's played. Now he's gotten 8.
1-1 fouled off. Yeah, if there's any, best time to get a hit, I would say currently it's right now. Any type of hit into the outfield should get Gemitter home, but also Gemitter one of the slower men for the Mammoths. This is a slow grounder down the first base line. A tough play for Budzinski, and he can't make it to first. Gemitter will stick at third base. Burkhoff is there safely on first, and back to first and third with 2 outs.
And we know how fast he is. He used that speed right there. Now, yes, Budzinski did fumble the ball a little bit, and it was a rough throw with the first, but, man, Will Burkhoff, if he's not going to beat you batting the ball, he's going to beat you running over to first base.
You can almost shoe in that he's going to take second base here on either the first and second pitch.
I would say you have to. Kuzik is a good catcher, but I don't know if he's good enough with that arm.
Fouled off and hitting. Garbushian on that foul ball. You take a second to walk it off. It'll be a 0-1 count.
How about this, Garbushian? His first game of the summer. He's got a chance to tie things up here in the top of the 8th. To keep what has been a long season for these two guys on the base. To keep it going into tomorrow.
Burkhoff still sticking on first base. Looks like they don't want to risk anything.
Yeah, 2 outs. All you're worried about is getting Committer home right now.
And swinging a miss there. And also, it'll be a 1-2 count. But also, if Burkhoff does take off, you could see Cusick throw down with the lack of speed of Committer at third base.
Yeah, I don't know how worried they are about Committer coming home on one of those types of plays.
There goes Burkhoff. Slow grounder and just goes foul.
Boy, there was a little too much spin on that ball. If it was dying along the left field line, that could have been beautiful.
It'll be a 1-2 still for Garbushian. Swings and misses there. Budzinski able to get out of it. Mammoths cut the deficit to 1. Budzinski through 4 innings still hasn't given up a run towards his stat line. But it's a run in the game. Miners still leading 6-5. Their bats back up to bat in the bottom of the 8th.
All right, buddy. Your arm's on fire? So is mine. Let's have some fun. Attaboy. Attaboy. Come on, Alex. Come on, babe. Put him away. Let's go get a ground ball. Roll it. Oh. Hey, now. Yeah. I'll take it. No, it wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. Easy, easy. I'm on the base. I'm on the base. Throw it back. What? 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 What are we doing? Get back here. That's not a strike. Get back here. Foul ball.
Hey, stand up tall and drive the ball. Let's go.
Oh, I like that line.
So the Miners now only have a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th. They were able to tick on 1 run in the past 2 innings, which got them this lead. Whether I stand corrected, they've had 1 run in the past 3 innings.
Yeah, they're looking good. Recently consistent.
Arrigo still out there. That one fouled off.
Boy, yeah, doinked off the left post here and then all the way over to the right dugout to the Miners.
One to Melberger, and he pulls away on the bunt.
He's really having a solid day. Had that RBI single, he's 1 for 2 with a walk as well.
Flied out into right field. It's Crudo under it. Arrigo gets a first out here in the bottom of the 8th.
That's big. That's big. Mentioned it before, mentioned it again, those first outs, which you taught me yesterday, are crucial, Jack.
It just gets your inning started. It gets you flowing through the inning.
It absolutely does, yeah, especially for the pitcher, I think. For Arrigo, just to get comfortable, just to be like, all right, my guys are out there. They're making plays in the field. Now it's time for me to make plays in the mound.
Brzezinski has not counted for an at-bat yet. This is his 4th plate appearance. But has 2 walks. And also reached on error early on. 1-0. Swings through that one.
Yeah, what an interesting stat line he's got with those 2 walks, one of them being an RBI walk when the bases were loaded as well.
Yeah. 1-1 from Arrigo. Fouled off, makes it a 1-2 count. You could even debate that the Miners got the better matchup here just for them, as they are, before this game, 3-1 versus the Mammoths in the season series. And if the Generals won last night, Miners are 1-3 in the season series versus the Generals.
Yeah, it seemed like Trenton and Coach Mike Coryell knew what was up.
Lined right into the glove of Arrigo. A quick snag with the web, and that's 2 down.
Man, a nice first start. I was just going to mention that the Generals have the Miners' number, but the Mammoths have their number in this inning alone at least. But, no, you're right. But also in the matchup that we mentioned before that we were excited to watch is the Mammoths have the best away record in the entire ECCBL, while the Miners have the best home record in the entire ECCBL. And as far as I'm concerned, this is a home game for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners. Every cheer is in favor for them.
It's called strike. I mean, you can just tell with we're in Pennsylvania. You know, Scranton Wilkes-Barre as well.
Yeah.
Is in Pennsylvania. Mercer down there in New Jersey. Oh, one's fouled off.
Yeah, probably a good 45 to 50 minutes away from Mercer, I would say. And a good hour 40, hour 50 for me and you, Jack. But, hey, with how the game's been, I don't think there's any regrets from us.
Nope. Slapped the other way by Mathis. And a tough play for Nitty makes it his 2nd hit of the day for the leadoff hitter.
That's big from Mathis, really helping out his season-long stat count as well. Not sure if they're going to start a 2-out rally, but him starting off the day 0 for 2 with those 2 errors, it was just a nightmare. Now 2 for 4, things are looking a little better.
Now it's Daniels, who is hitless on the day. Mathis taking off the first pitch. Saker has to pick it out of the dirt, so he couldn't throw down. Another stolen base for Mathis.
And that is a bit of a dangerous part. I mean, with the way Saker's been throwing the ball today, I think they know that they can get around these bases. Maybe even see a steal to third here.
One out. Popped up. Should be the inning ender. And Crudo actually takes it all the way near the infield for the 3rd out. So no insurance comes home for the Miners as they only lead by 1. 4 teams have been eliminated in ECCBL and only 4 remain. Are the Mammoths the next one to go? They only have 3 more outs to remain coming up in the top of the 9th. Stay here on Jersey Baseball Nation. 3 more outs remain for the Mammoths. Can they get 1 run home or even a couple more to keep this game going? The Miners will stick to their guy, Budzinski, who will now be throwing more innings than the starting pitcher, Wozniak. First pitch from Budzinski is a swing and a miss from the bat of the pinch hitter, Tim Schuler, in place of Jack Saker. That one a little low, makes it 1-0.
Yeah, very interesting to see Schuler come in after Saker had that really solid hit out into right field in his very last at-bat.
Outside 2-1. Schuler on the season in 16 games is batting .205 with a .662 OPS. Also has got up there in strikeout count with 11, and he's in danger here. 2-2. Fouled off.
Yeah, and Jack, yesterday we saw him as well against the Trenton Generals. He was 0 for 4 in that game with 2 strikeouts to his name.
First out is what matters the most. Budzinski, 2-2. Ripped. Great play by Spencer. Can he finish it off? 1 down.
There you go. That's your mantra. First out is big, especially late in the innings. In the later innings, I should say. Massive one right there. Great play as well by Spencer on third base. Not the easiest play for the third baseman to make, judging exactly where that ball is going to bounce up to.
How about this relief appearance from Budzinski? Of course, he's still got to finish it off, but you can write this up, if he does, as one of the best appearances and performances from an ECCBL player this season.
Absolutely.
Crudo pulls it the other way. It's Spencer again across the diamond, and 2 down now. 1 more remains.
That was big. Crudo now falls to 0 for 4 on the day. Tough. I mean, again, he was thrown into the fire, thrown into the ECCBL semifinals in his first ever game on the summer, at least here in the Mercer Mammoths uniform, but still a tough day for him. But if there's any guy to get things going and start a 2-out rally, Jack, it's going to be James Schaefer.
First pitch is a called strike.
I mean, he's just like Bob Ross out there, pinning the corners.
Up the middle, Budzinski gets the glove on it, walks it over, flips it, and that's it. The Miners are moving on to Sunday. They win by 1 here. They handle the business. They're the #1 seed in the ECCBL, and they do what they were supposed to do. They will see the winner of the Capitals and the Blazers at 5 o'clock.
And what a game that we were able to witness here today, Jack. I mean, an unreal effort from both teams. The Mammoths, how about them fighting with who is the best team in the ECCBL and the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners, the Mammoths. Everyone kind of wrote them off before the game. Sure, they lost, but man, did they put up a fight here today against the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners.
Yeah, the Mammoths just didn't feel like they came in to the postseason on the right note. They went 1-6 in their last 7 games right before playing the Generals last night. They got a big win in the 2-0, but today it never felt right, even though they were leading 4-3 at one point.
They absolutely were. It was due to some of the errors on the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners team, and if we're going to hand out our Toyota player of the game as well, right here, you know, Jack Mathis has those 2 hits and the 2 RBIs, but those 2 errors are really what kept the Mammoths in the 3 errors, you're right, are what kept the Mammoths in the game, so we can't give it to him. We got to give it to Budzinski for the relief appearance. 5 innings. He only threw 62 pitches across those 5 innings, allowed 2 hits, struck out 4 batters, no walks, no earned runs. 1 run came home via the error. Budzinski is your Toyota player of the game. What an effort by him and the entire Mammoth squad. They're heading off to the championship, Jack.
Yeah, this is a team that was created for destiny, like we said, with this pitching staff, and it showed true today. Although they gave up 5 runs, they did struggle, but Wozniak was able to fight through, and then Budzinski was just phenomenal in relief.
Absolutely.
So
gorgeous field.
Oh, yeah.
Great game.
I was going to do it for us here at Memorial Park, but it is a beautiful field, Ben.
It is. It really is. But no, go ahead by all means.
Yeah, so the Miners win this one 6-5 after the scheduled 9 innings. They will be playing tomorrow in the championship Rocco Pellegrino and Julia Henry will have the game tonight here at 5 o'clock. They also have the championship between what will be the Miners and whatever team is the winner at the 5 o'clock game between the Trenton Capitals and Quakertown Blazers. For us, for the last time, but that's it for us.
It is. You know, we were here under Mike Olshan last year in the ACBL covering the Generals and the Kings, and they moved over to the ECCBL. We followed Mike in his footsteps here. It's been a great experience. It's been an awesome ride. Called games back at St. Joseph High School in Metuchen, New Jersey. We've been calling games in Ewing. Now we're calling games in Quakertown. We've been all over the place, and we've seen some incredible baseball, Jack.
We definitely have, and this was a great game. So Rocco Pellegrino, Julia Henry will have the game at 5 o'clock between the Quakertown Blazers and the Trenton Capitals for that first pitch. So for Ben Chadwick and me, Jack Helmer, thank you so much for watching.